So I'm wearing green. I'm sitting here editing and, you know, got a green shirt on and you can see right through me. So, you know, that's just kind of the way things have been going. So, chapters 9, 10, 11, 12, and I think 13 are all going to have green shirts see through me. And I was going to redo the videos today, but green again. 2020. We're going to blame it on you because. So the long and the short of it is I am not going to fix it, and I'm not going to try to figure out. I probably could figure out how to fix it in Final Cut Pro, but I just don't feel like it. To be perfectly honest, so I'm going to grant myself some grace and some time, and there will come a time when I redo these videos, but for now they're just going up the way they are. So enjoy seeing through me. It's almost like I'm Madame Zeroni. All right, enjoy the videos. Peace. Hi there, my name is Mr. Pete, and I am reading Louis Sachar's Holes, and we're just about to start chapter 11. We have 2 chapters in a row now where Stanley is getting to know these boys and fitting in. We are getting to know the camp counselors a little bit, Mr. Pendanski, but we've still yet to meet the warden. As we jump into chapter 11, let's find out if we continue down the path with no anecdotes, or let's see what happens here. So, if you remember in chapter 10, Stanley had found the fossil, and Mr. Pendanski said that wasn't what the warden was looking for. Here we go, chapter 11. Again, to my class setting, are we going to stay on Camp Green Lake, or are we going to get back to the rec room? The rec room. Chapter 11. Stanley returned to his hole. Wasn't fair. Mr. Pendanski had even said his fossil was interesting. He slammed his shovel into the ground and pried up another piece of earth. After a while, he noticed X-Ray had come by and was watching him dig. "Hey, caveman, let me talk to you a second," X-Ray said. Stanley put down his shovel and stepped up out of his hole. "Say, listen," said X-Ray. "If you find something else, give it to me, okay?" Stanley wasn't sure what to say. X-Ray was clearly the leader of the group, and Stanley didn't want to get on his bad side. So remember, X-Ray was in the front of that line, so think about that order again. "You're new here, right?" said X-Ray. "I've been here for almost a year. I've never found anything. You know my eyesight's not so good. No one knows this, but you know why my name's X-Ray." So X-Ray means that you can see through things, but Rex can't see very well because he's got those big, thick glasses. Stanley shrugged one shoulder. "It's Pig Latin for Rex, that's all. I'm too blind to find anything." So his name is Irony. He can't see very well. Stanley tried to remember how Pig Latin worked. X-Ray went on. "Why should you get a day off when you've only been here a couple of days? If anybody gets a day off, it should be me. That's only fair, right?" "I guess," Stanley agreed. X-Ray smiled. "You're a good guy, caveman." Is that fair? It's a good question. I think you can make a case for it being fair and it not being fair at the same time. Stanley picked up his shovel. The more he thought about it, the more he was glad that he agreed to let X-Ray have anything he might find. If he was going to survive at Camp Green Lake, it was far more important that X-Ray think he was a good guy than it was for him to get one day off. Besides, he didn't expect to find anything anyway. There probably wasn't anything of interest out there, and even if there was, he'd never been what you could call lucky. He slammed his blade into the ground, then dumped out another shovelful of dirt. It was a little surprising, he thought, that X-Ray was the leader of the group, since he obviously wasn't the biggest or the toughest. In fact, except for Zero, X-Ray was the smallest. Armpit was the biggest. Zigzag may have been taller than Armpit, but that was only because of his neck. Yet Armpit and all the others seemed to be willing to do whatever X-Ray asked of them. Why do you think that X-Ray's the boss? Give me a good reason. Put it in the comments. As Stanley dug up another shovelful of dirt, it occurred to him that Armpit wasn't the biggest. He, the caveman, was bigger. He was glad they called him Caveman. It meant they accepted him as member of the group. He would have been glad even if they'd called him Barf Bag. It was really quite remarkable to him. At school, bullies like Derek Dunn used to pick on him, yet Derek Dunn would be scared senseless by any of the boys here. As he dug his hole, Stanley thought about what it would be like if Derek Dunn had to fight Armpit or Squid. Derek wouldn't stand a chance. He imagined what it would be like if he became good friends with all of them, and then for some reason they all went with him to his school, and then Derek Dunn tried to steal his notebook. "Just what do you think you're doing?" asks Squid as he slams his hands into Derek Dunn's smug face. Smug, great vocabulary word, meaning you're kind of full of yourself, very prideful. "Caveman's our friend," says Armpit, grabbing him by the shirt collar. Stanley played the scene over and over again in his mind, each time watching another boy from Group D beat up Derek Dunn. It helped him dig his hole and ease his own suffering. Whatever pain he felt was being felt 10 times worse by Derek. Short chapter here where we find out the order of things, and we realize that the irony of all this is, again, that Stanley sort of has a friendship with these groups, but in the real world, like a kid like Derek would be scared by these boys, but Stanley has them now as friends. So just a neat little chapter in here to kind of put Stanley into place, that even though this is a miserable experience, there's some pluses for Stanley as well as he pictures Derek Dunn. So we can see that Derek Dunn is one of those bullies that harassed him constantly. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. A nice short chapter as we head to chapter 12. We almost got an anecdote there with Derek Dunn. But again, 3 straight chapters where we're sort of straight in the story of finishing that first hole, going back to the rec room, getting his nickname, and now back out on the lake and figuring out the order of the boys. Obviously, this plays an important part as the story moves forward. Let's see how important that is. All right, do all of those things you do with YouTube. Like, subscribe, comment, and let's continue this awesome discussion as our channel continues to grow together and we continue these awesome book talks when we absolutely need to have something to talk about. All right, thank you so much, and I will see you all on the next page. Peace.